Hey, Bob Coppedge, CEO Simplex-IT Crushio Geek. Want to do a quick, because we got a lot of stuff to go over, Rant review of July 2024. And what does that include? Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out and a welcome aboard to Joe Underation. Joe's joining Simplex-IT, did so in June. He is now our new sales manager, and he has some experience both on the MSP side of things as well as telecom and all of that. So, want to talk to him at all? Joe at simplex-it.com. He's already reaching out to folks, setting up some appointments and developing some opportunities. He takes over from a real loser of a guy as far as sales go. That would be me. So, welcome aboard, Joe. Thank you for relieving everyone of the unbearable issue of me being sales guy. So cool on that. Also, I was a guest for a webinar that was put on by Guards. Guards is a cybersecurity vendor, and they asked me to take part in a webinar that talked about how managed service providers, such as Simplex-IT, actually balance the challenge of both creating a secure environment for our client organizations, but also how do we maintain and actually increase productivity? Because sometimes it seems like we can have only one or the other. We talked about how to have the balance. That was fun. That was cool. I'll try to get a link in the comments to the recording on that webinar. Also, as I often do, I was talking to a couple of MSPs who were looking for some advice on how to deal with certain, in this particular case, these particular cases, both marketing and delivering co-managed services. Because, and you've heard me talk about this, often the co-managed stuff is kind of loosely defined and loosely followed. So we've got a very structured format, but one that allows the flexibility that we need to. So always happy to share, always happy to offer advice, whether you want it or not. Also, we had, it's July, so that means we have our anniversary party. And this year was no exception, where we had at the Quarter Up Video Arcade Bar down in the valley here, and we had about 50, 60 people who attended, again, wandering around, giving out drink tickets and quarters and bar food to all the attendees, and no sales pitch, just some good times and networking and the like. So again, thanks to everybody who attended and made that, as it always is, a great event. The Quarter Up Arcade, it's a cool place to go. Then also, the following day, I went to the PDA, Private Directors Association, the Cleveland Chapter's networking event, and I found out that I really, really, really do belong in dive bars, not in classy places. Still, it was a good event with some good conversation. Speaking of great events and conversation, we also had the Cleveland GiveCamp. Now, Cleveland GiveCamp, near and dear to my heart, it is essentially a weekend event where nonprofit organizations, usually smaller nonprofit organizations who can't afford to have all of the IT bells and whistles that businesses, and most nonprofits are businesses at the end of the day, need in order to market, to develop their goods and services, and so on and so forth. And what ends up happening is a bunch of volunteers get together, and by this, I'm talking like 60 or 70 people were at this event, and they dedicate their services for the weekend to develop websites, database apps, membership sites, whatever, for these nonprofits, no charge. It's all done through volunteering time and companies such as Highland and the like, making resources available. So that was cool, and I'm involved with Jane Winnick, who the two of us put together some crazy cool awards, which is a way of recognizing with a little bit of cash to some of the nonprofits who we think are just deserving because they're doing cool stuff. And we did that and gave the awards out at the event. So websites down here, absolutely check this organization out. If you're a nonprofit and you think you need some tech help, or if you are a tech and look like you could give help, take a look at this event. It is a great, great event, and I'm very happy to be part of it. Another event that's coming up is the ChannelCon, which is part of CompTIA, which is the largest, non-vendor aligned IT organization, I think, in the world. And I'm on a couple of their steering committees and went for their annual event. I'll talk more about that next month because it actually straddled both July and August. But one thing I want to talk about in August is Simplex-IT is having our AI event. And if you know Simplex-IT, this is an in-person event, and we do events a little bit differently. So instead of talking about here's the products and here's the career development and the paths and what this technology can do, we're actually going to demonstrate it. So we got Brad Reynolds, Amy Newman, both of which are great AI experts in their own fields and the like from Northeast Ohio. They both agreed to come in, and then to bring the bar down a bit, I'll be the third speaker. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to demonstrate how AI can work for small, medium businesses. So we're not going to talk about it in a highfalutin. No, we want you to walk away with, yeah, my company could use that. Yeah, I could use that personally, and it's not that hard, and I now know how to do it. So this is going to be on the 29th of August. It's going to be a brewery in Akron, and here's the website to RSVP. As always, no charge, and hope to see you there. And honestly, that's pretty much all I got as far as July goes, with a little talking about what's coming down in August. So, as always, let me know, comments, thoughts, whatever. Catch you later.